You all knew this was bound to happen. Final Fantasy VII? On my channel? Final Fantasy VII is my baby, it's my beloved, so you better believe me when I tell you, man, that this guy are sick! The explosive battles to the softer character moments, Remake spares no expense, no cut corners. Look at this! What is a cutscene and what's the actual game? How many songs did they make? How many cool boss battles are there? How many homoerotic scenes between Cloud and his boyfriend? Midgar's constantly sucking the player into the story and waiting to jump into that next fight, while also feeling guilty as they zoom by for not taking in the insane amount of detail absolutely crammed into this world. The pipes and beams of a reactor as Mako bubbles underneath, the conversations happening in the alleyways and hidden corners of Sector 7, the music picking up as you enter a battle, and everything from cutscenes to battles transition seamlessly into each other. Other RPGs see Remake in their nightmares, telling them to step up their game. And speaking of those battles, an RPG that can make its combat engaging immediately has an advantage over the millions of other RPGs where combat only consists of employing the same strategy over and over again. There are no filler battles in Remake. One minute you're running around through Reactor, and the next, boom! Now you're knocking robots back to the life stream. Blast up the difficulty to hard mode and hold on for dear life as you're taken on a thrill ride that refuses to grow stale. And the story just... The cast especially brings this story to life. Every scene they're in feels like a real group of people interacting. They have faults. They don't all get along at first. They don't trust each other right away. But as they fight and journey together, eventually they grow to care about each other, until by the end, they're inseparable. The power of friendship bullshit most games throw at you usually just feels cheesy and undeserved. But by the end, when Sephiroth starts wrecking everything up, and Cloud slashing through buildings in the air, and the party shows up to have your back, that is how you do a group of friends in a game. Now, they don't always nail it. Some side characters have way too large a presence, some sections are drawn out too long, the writing in a large amount of the new stuff is...
He's a keeper, alright.
Yeah! Together, we can take on the world!
fucking horrible. And of course, on a first playthrough, that ending just slams you in the gut. But I promise you, Bubby, you gotta trust them to the end of this one. Blowing up Reactor 1, meeting Aerith for the first time, the raid on Shinra HQ, and even the smallest, most obscure scenes from the original, everything has only been expanded upon in Remake. And the game thrives because of its refusal to shy away from these wackier or forgotten moments of the original. There's minigames, there's a combat simulator, there's Ketchi randomly showing up for 5 seconds to beg for Jesus! Remake is not only a celebration, but a reinforcement of the magnificence of Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII Remake has the most graphics, the most gameplay, the most story. But more than that, Final Fantasy VII has been my favorite game of all time since I was in diapers. I was there for Advent Children, I was writing letters to Square begging for a remake, signing petitions. And Remake not only astonishingly blows my wildest dreams out of the water, but its consistent, brilliant, and high-quality thrill ride of an experience opens the door for an entire new generation of fans to dive into this series the same way I did. Final Fantasy VII Remake is absolutely badass, and through this masterpiece of a game, Final Fantasy VII will live on forever. I love this shit. I'll see you all in Gaia.